Ford displays the white flag. Jeff Gordon has 2.5 miles to go before he wins this event. It'll be his second NASCAR Winston Cup victory. He brings the car through corner number 1, okay, and onto the short chute.
There's Brett Bodine. It looks like Brett's getting a little bit closer, but does he have time? He is getting closer.
On to the backstretch now with less than 1/2 lap to go for Jeff Gordon. He eyes turn number 3.
Listen to the crowd as they acknowledge Jeff Gordon when he goes by.
It's an unbelievable situation in Indianapolis. Here he is in the 4th turn. This is his final trip around turn number 4. And Jeff Gordon is about to write his name in the racing history books. Years from today, when 79 stock car races have been run here, we'll remember the name. Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400. Earnhardt sees Doyle Ford poised in the starter stand with the white flag indicating 1 lap to go. There it is. 2.5 miles to race in the second Brickyard 400. And Dale Jarrett takes a look to the inside of Rusty Wallace for second. And Dale Earnhardt would love to see that, because as long as those two are battling side by side, it gives Earnhardt a little bit of an advantage. They go through the second corner quickly, and now they're on to the backstretch for the final time in 1995 at Indianapolis. And the interval remains about the same. About 7 or 8 car lengths. Dale Earnhardt in command of the Brickyard 400 as he enters turn number 3. And there is no battle at the moment for second position, as Dale Jarrett has settled back behind Rusty Wallace. And now for the final time, they come through corner number 4. Dale Earnhardt enters the straightaway and looks for the checkered flag this time. And he sees it. Dale Earnhardt has won the second Brickyard 400. The caution flag waves, but there's just 1 more lap to go, and Dale Jarrett is going to win it. Dale Jarrett has won the Brickyard 400. Although we've got 1 more lap to go.
Ernie apologized to his crew, said he'll let you down. There's the pace car. Sorry, Bob.
Too bad that it had to end this way. We would like to have seen 1 more lap of competition, but that's not the way it happened today because of Robert Presley, who crashed up off of corner number 4. Larry McReynolds, the crew chief on the 28 car, is running up toward the Dale Jarrett pit as the pace car has picked up the field.
There he is, congratulating Todd Parrott.
Look at this. And Robert Yates is the owner of the 2 cars that finished first and second. The race, of course, is not over yet, because we have seen stranger things happen. Mark Martin pulled into the pit area on the white flag lap under caution, so Dale Jarrett will have to come down and receive the checkered flag, but he's going to be the winner.
So did Cale Yarborough at Daytona. Remember when he and Richard Petty raced back to the line to the caution flag, and Richard won the race? Well, Cale quit, but there was another lap to go. Oh, Dale understands there's another lap to go.
Pace car leads them off the 4th corner as the track crew is there at the Robert Presley car that crashed off of corner number 4. And very slowly, as the Camaro pace car leads them down, the checkered flag is waving, and now it is official. Dale Jarrett has won the 3rd Brickyard 400 under caution.
Here becomes white flag for Ricky Rudd.
1 more lap to go around the 2.5 mile oval, and more contact back here as Kyle Petty and Jeremy Mayfield make contact with each other. Look at this race as they head for the corner.
There's the lead.
Bobby Labonte chasing Ricky Rudd off the second corner. They're on to the backstretch for the final time in this year's Brickyard 400. Rudd with about a 5 or 6 car length advantage on Bobby Labonte. They head for turn number 3 for the final time. Rudd is through there safely onto the short chute. Into turn number 4, and now onto the straightaway. Labonte makes a final run at him. He closes in. Will he make a move? He cannot do it. Ricky Rudd wins the 4th Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. Who wins a 2nd Brickyard 400. The white flag is out. One more lap to go. We will not go back to green, and Jeff Gordon will be the winner of the 1998 Brickyard 400.
Let's take one more look at this crash up there from Ricky Rudd and see what happened and see what's going to cause all the damage to Rudd's car. Oh, I see it was Robert Press's car.
Let's get down to Jerry Punch in the Jeff Gordon pit.
All right, Ray Evernham getting ready to watch as these cars come by. He says even with the fact that there's no way they can lose this race, his personal superstition is not to talk into the checkered flag. So watch Ray being congratulated by Andy Petrie behind me. Let's get over here to John Hendrick for a second, who is subbing for his brother, Rick Hendrick. And John, what a day, huh? What a day. Congratulations. You didn't need that one caution flag on lap 10, but this one you didn't mind.
Oh, man, this one it was okay. We didn't want any of them because we wanted to win it clean and win it straight out. What a heck of a job for the crew. Hey, Rick, brother, this one's for you. We worked hard for this one all year, buddy. This one's for you.
A lot of emotion from John Hendrick. And now Ray Evernham and the Rainbow Warriors. It is pure superstition. They know they can't lose this race. They will be on the wall as Jeff Gordon will come out of turn 4, and they will come off, leap in the air, and celebrate. That's what they've done 5 times this year. Now make it 6 times in 1998.
It will be the largest purse in NASCAR history that is awarded to Jeff Gordon. He will win the No Bull 5. Jeff Gordon is going to become the first repeat winner of the Brickyard 400, taking honors here in 1994. About to take the checkered flag in 1998. The pace car has them in tow, coming off corner number 4. They're coming down the straightaway right now. And just to make it absolutely official, at 65 miles an hour behind the pace car, Jeff Gordon wins the 1998 Brickyard 400. And the No Bull 5 $1 million bonus. Jeff, so a good battle back there amongst the Burton brothers. There's Ward and Jeff. And the white flag is in the air. One more lap to go in the Brickyard 400. Dale Jarrett, the leader, by 3.3 seconds over Bobby Labonte.
Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin trying to figure out who's going to finish in 3rd position. Looks like it's going to be Jeff Gordon. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett goes by turn 2 sweeps to the applause of those folks.
And he has only about a half a lap to go, and he will record his 2nd Brickyard 400 victory. Jarrett into turn number 3 for the final time. The crowd there standing and waving through the short chute at the north end of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A very popular driver takes the Ford through corner number 4. He comes onto the main straightaway. And Dale Jarrett wins the Brickyard 400 for the 2nd time. Bobby Labonte gets the white flag. One more tour of the 2.5-mile oval at Indianapolis.
Man, oh man. How excited that Bobby Labonte must be inside that Interstate Batteries Pontiac.
And how nervous Jimmy Maycar and those guys must be down there on pit road. They're just saying, please, please, please come back around.
Remember last week at Pocono, 2 weeks ago, Jeremy Mayfield about this spot was leading the race, did not get back to the line in front. Got a flat tire in turn 3. Labonte does not suffer that same fate. Easily through 3 into turn 4.
He is in his 244th career start in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. But he is about to register perhaps his biggest victory of all. Bobby Labonte from Corpus Christi, Texas, wins the 7th Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis.
Be the white flag as Gordon comes off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
Once again, going right up against an outside retaining wall.
Final lap of the Brickyard 400 is underway. Jeff Gordon out in front of Sterling Marlin by 1 second. He celebrated his 30th birthday here yesterday with family and friends around him. Celebrated with a rather subpar qualifying run that put him back 27th on the starting grid. The car not very good in the opening part of the race. The crew kept working, got the strategy right, got the chassis right, and now Jeff Gordon is 1 corner away from a Brickyard 400 win. The last 3 straight years, the winner of this race has gone on to be the NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. Jeff Gordon, the point leader, comes off the corner and becomes a 3-time winner of the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. Elliott at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Down the main straightaway, 275,000 fans looking on as Elliott rides through the canyon of grandstands and takes the white flag. Final lap of the Brickyard 400.
And the fans are cheering Bill Elliott on as he comes to turn 2 down the backstretch.
One of the sport's most popular drivers ever. Elliott looking for career victory number 43 and his first here on these hallowed grounds. He's dominated the race today. He will have led 93 of 160 laps. Now he's 1 corner away from an Indianapolis Winners' Trophy. Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, and now Bill Elliott joins the list of winners of the Brickyard 400 at Indy. Bet you right now, he's glad he didn't go back.
Yeah.
Right now, he's seeing the white flag. Kevin Harvick, 1 lap away from Indianapolis victory. His team owner, Richard Childress, we talked about being in hiding a little while ago. Childress won this race in 1995 with Dale Earnhardt. Kevin Harvick with the oh-so-difficult job of replacing Dale Earnhardt behind the wheel of this machine after Earnhardt was tragically killed at Daytona in February 2001. Harvick stepped in and in just his 3rd race with the team, took a memorable victory at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's half a lap from establishing racing legend for himself. The final corner. And 300,000 fans are on their feet at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The checkered flag is in sight, and the California kid, Kevin Harvick, wins the 10th Brickyard 400.
White flag this time. Just 1 more lap for Dale Jarrett to catch him.
24 just pulls out.
Dominant car all day. Now 1 lap away from a Brickyard 400 win. Jeff Gordon takes the white flag.
Now Elliott is going to do everything he can to make a move on the 88.
Who's off the pace? That's Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd with a right front problem. So far, green flag remains out. And they'll race the final half lap back to the checkered flag.
Look at all the blocking going on back there. Who's that blown up?
Somebody's blown up in the back. I believe it was.
It is Mark Martin.
Not again.
Elliott Sadler trying his teammate for second. That's all it's going to be, is for second spot. Caution flag is out. The race is over. Jeff Gordon wins the Brickyard 400 for a 4th time. A dominating performance today by Gordon.
Just enjoying life. He sweeps out of turn 4 and sees the white flag at the same track where his hero A.J. Foyt won before him. Now Tony Stewart is 2.5 miles away from history.
Looking in his mirror about 2 seconds right now.
Turn 2 at the Brickyard. Down the backstretch.
this is going to be really, really big for him.
Half a lap to go. The fans cheering. Through turn 4, the last trip down the front stretch. Tony Stewart, a native Hoosier, his dream comes true. Tony Stewart wins the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard.
Some Johnson back to Matt Kenseth.
Jimmie around and off of turn 4. White flag is in the air at Indianapolis. 1 lap to go at the Brickyard. One of his idols, Rick Mears, won here 4 times. His teammate Jeff Gordon, 4-time winner here. Started the season by winning the Daytona 500 without his crew chief. Now trying to take his car and his team to victory lane at Indianapolis. And hold on to the championship standings, which he won't even think about for probably a day and a half.
What an unbelievable
crash. Caution is out. Check that. Caution is not out yet. There's a crash on the backstretch.
Looks like Robbie Gordon and Greg Biffle got together.
Still the white flag is out. Johnson off of turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Jimmie Johnson from California wins at Indianapolis, and the caution is out.
Really adding something to this. He doesn't have to show off quite that much. I tell you what, that makes him a pretty good driver. If you can, one more.
All right, Tony Stewart comes by. He had not won a race in 20 starts dating back to last fall. And then 2 weeks ago, he took this car to Chicagoland Speedway and spanked them. Led over 100 laps and said, guys, that has now become my favorite race car. I want to take this car to my home track. So they brought it to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a track, as you heard, that he came to when he was 5 years old, riding in a luggage rack on top of a bus covered up in coats so he could watch these guys race. It's a track that he has dreamed of winning time and time again. He won here in 2005. And once again, with the help of that guy right there, Zippy, Greg Zipadelli, Tony Stewart will come down here in 2007 and take the win in the Allstate 400. Tony Stewart wins it.
In here just a little bit. As he gets closer, then Jimmie has to make sure that he hits his mark, because one slip can cost him the race then.
He's only got a lap and a half to hold him off, because they're going to get the white flag this time by.
Jimmie Johnson's got 4 more corners to hit right here.
4 left turns away from the lion's share of a $9.6 million purse.
Well, he was about perfect with that corner right there.
So was Carl Edwards.
Johnson looked like he got through that corner and off of that corner really well, not to let Carl get a good run on him down the backstretch.
That was real critical, because this long straightaway right here could decide it.
4 hours ago, over 250,000 fans asked themselves, who will it be? Who will win the Allstate 400 in 2008? They all had different answers.
Another perfect corner. Jimmie Johnson did a great job there. His crew, congratulations. Just a fantastic job.
Out of turn 4, and 2-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson becomes a 2-time winner at the Brickyard. Jimmie knows he needs to get all he can get here on this front straightaway. Look at him moving from inside to outside. White flag.
Jimmie's doing everything he can to keep him back there, not letting him get too close to the bumper. He doesn't want to get him the opportunity to get him loose. Here's Mark Spot coming up. Got one more run at him.
This time down the back straightaway, Jimmie Johnson stays in the middle of the racetrack and will pull him by a couple of car lengths. 2 turns away from the checkered flag. Turn 3.
Well, Mark just needs a couple of car lengths trying to loosen him up.
Man, he drove it hard in there and out of that corner. That's why Jimmie Johnson's a champion right there, folks.
Out of turn 4, headed for the checkered flag, and 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson becomes a 3-time winner at the Brickyard.
Front straightaway to the white flag. But Jamie McMurray, as he makes his way, white flag is out. And this race is going to be official. The final lap, 2.5 miles to go.
Boy, what a great feeling. What a great job Jamie McMurray's done it. Ray Evernham sat down there. Ray, I know you're sitting there saying you're the one that picked this guy, and you have all week stuck with him. And Jamie McMurray looks like he's going to make it come true for Chip Ganassi and make you look like a genius, too, down there, buddy.
Down the backstretch for the last time. McMurray looking for his 5th Sprint Cup win in his 278th start. In the North Chute, Chip Ganassi. He knows he's this close to making history.
Yeah, he can start smiling now. You see it right there. You can see him come off the corner.
Jamie McMurray is going to win Daytona and the Brickyard 400 in the same year.
Paul's going to need some help from this car. He needs to move over.
Coming to the white flag.
Drive the hell out of it. Come on.
1 lap to go to win the Brickyard 400. Menard dealing with lap traffic. Gordon trying to close in turn 1. Menard is cleared out. Gordon's got to deal with the traffic.
He's got enough fuel. That might be enough now, yes. Looks good so far. This is going to be the biggest day of Paul Menard's life.
But does he have enough fuel to get to the finish? Gordon clear of traffic. Setting up for the finish. Final corners.
Good corner here.
Paul Menard, his family with such a long racing history in Indianapolis, they'll kiss the bricks together now. As indeed he comes down the front straightaway and sees the white flag. Final lap is underway for the leader in Indianapolis.
Such a tremendous feeling to know that you and your team have put it all together. You show up for the big races, you know you have one chance a year to get it all done, Andy, and this team is there.
They've executed well all day long. It's paying off here on this last lap. One thing I love about Jimmie Johnson knows it never gets old. It'll be just like he won his first Brickyard race.
Johnson said you come through the tunnel and history starts talking to you, and he's so happy to have had 3 special moments for himself at this track. Said, I hope to have a 4th. His hero, Rick Mears, won the Indianapolis 500 4 times. They've got something to talk about. As Johnson clears the final corner and the checkered flag is in the air. A 4th win in the Brickyard 400 to Jimmie Johnson. And the white flag will be in the air. 1 more lap to victory lane for Ryan Newman.
White flag, clear out the back.
If he can make it back around, it'll be a hugely popular win with the local Indiana fans. 3 more corners to go. A race-long duel between Newman and Jimmie Johnson.
I hope you're standing tall right now.
Haha. What a drive.
What a drive, yeah. Special time.
There you are,
Yes, fantastic.
Great job putting him in this position.
Coming to the checkered flag right here, man. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. Amazing weekend.
28th place.
Yeah, and the 5 car of Casey Kane, who was the leader on
one more time, buddy. You got a lot of room behind you. Hit your marks.
And we pointed out early on, they've had a lot of very good races, but just find ways not to win once again today.
Hold it there, bud.
He's in the last lap. And as we look out the window across at the grandstands, all the fans that are here at the Speedway today are now on their feet, watching to see if Jeff Gordon comes back around to take another checkered flag. final corners. He won the first one in 1994. 20 years later, he wins the 21st. Checkered flag in the Brickyard 400 to Jeff Gordon.
Can he keep the momentum up?
It's going to be hard to beat Kyle Busch if he can stay in the gas like that. He barely lifted the throttle. You can hear how much throttle he was able to stay in. That was unbelievable. If he can do that, he'll be hard to beat.
White flag in the air. One more time around the Brickyard.
One back here. Watch him.
A flawless turn number 1 through the short chute and into 2. He's got a big lead. Kyle Busch looking to make the sweep. A little debris on the front. It's not going to matter. He's going to go as hard as he can.
That's only going to help at this point. That's more downforce. They don't care about temps. 2 more good corners for Kyle Busch.
Into 3. The gap closed just a bit by Joey Logano. Right back into the gas through the short chute. Into turn 4. Now all Kyle Busch is going to see will be the flag stand. Fans on either side. Kyle Busch is going to add his name to the illustrious list of Brickyard 400 winners.
Drop back to 3rd. Denny Hamlin, 4th.
White flag, 1 more by 10. They'll get Dyson here again. Coming back no matter what. No worries. Hit your mark.
They spread out as they come by the grandstands. 1 lap to go. The question now, do they have enough fuel to go all the way around? Through 1 and 2. Kyle Busch way out front. Kyle Busch, after winning the championship in 2015, many wondered if he could finish races, if he could win the championship. He showed everyone a year ago he could do just that. Now he'll get through 4 for the final time at the Brickyard in a racetrack that makes legends. Kyle Busch has been legendary today. Kyle Busch, back-to-back, wins at the Brickyard.
Let's get some skills on the brakes, boys. Yes. Way to go, team.
You just crossed over into the twilight zone.
Oh, Kyle Busch slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn 1.
Big impact.
Brad Keselowski on the outside. Around goes the 48 into the wall. The 48 stretch. The 42 of Kyle Larson into the wall, and a caution comes out. Flag back in the air. Caution's going to come out. They're wrecking behind him. Great restart for the 5 of Kasey Kahne. Can he hold it on the bottom of the track? Kahne gets by him. Smoke rolling out behind the 11. Kasey Kahne in front of the 2 of Brad Keselowski. They go down the backstretch. Still smoke coming out of the 11. He gets up the racetrack. And the 11 goes around. They wreck behind him. Did they get to the overtime line? They haven't got there yet. Has the caution come out yet? Now the caution comes out. The question will be, did the caution come out after he crossed the overtime line? A lot of damage to the 27 of Paul Menard. The 11 of Denny Hamlin. We saw smoke rolling out from underneath the 11. We're going to find out if there's the white flag. We just saw the white flag indicating that they did get to the overtime line before the caution came out. Waiting for an official word from that.
Not a good restart, a great restart.
And there's the celebration.